my name is Josh Lima.
I'm Rylan Burda.
And welcome back to French. No barge, no glue. Alright, so today we are talking about horror movies.
Yes, horror movies.
Do you like horror movies?
Honestly, no.
And I knew that.
Honestly, no. I think they're kind of stupid in a sense. Not
Like, stupid like how?
I just think that they're just like people just act stupid in a horror movie. Like
Okay.
there's no fight or flight skills. I think, and I think it's just like, oh my gosh, someone's chasing me with a knife. Oh my gosh, let me go like give him a hug. Like that's just how I feel like horror movies go, and so everyone ends up dying, except the main character, obviously, because like they have to live, I guess, or else I don't know. There's no like sequel.
Yeah. I mean, like, I get that. I really love horror movies personally. It's not even just like, I just think they're so interesting. Like, seeing just like a psychopath. Like, it's just like oddly interesting because it's like, wow, you're such a weirdo. And like, you're actually insane. Like, not even like, oh, you're insane. Like, you're actually insane.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I don't know, I just think they're like interesting.
I think actors are really good at doing that,
I think-
especially in the horror movies.
yeah.
Like it's crazy to see them put on like this crazy role.
I agree.
Like I've seen like I've seen like behind the scenes of some of this stuff.
Mhm.
It's just like I don't know what his name is, but the actor that plays like the clown, like
Yeah.
he's so good at like turning on and off like when the camera's on, like for his role. It's crazy.
And I think like these people like they do method acting, which is insane. Like it's an
Mhm.
insane concept to me.
Mhm.
I also do not agree with it because in a lot of that like method acting, like I know some of them is just like some people genuinely just being like the worst person to everyone and then justifying it by saying, "Oh, I'm method acting." Like I'm getting into the
Yeah,
character.
I don't know if I would rock with that.
I don't rock with that either. But it's like impressive to see someone commit so hard to the bit.
Mm.
It's impressive.
Yeah. I mean that's their whole job, so I mean
Yeah.
I hope they're good at acting.
But like, so you don't like horror movies?
I mean, I'll watch them. I've
Okay.
seen a couple. Like, we kind of go like at work for like a group bonding because I know a bunch of us don't really like them, so we kind of just go because like, some of them have like some really good like plot. I mean, I've seen some good and some bad horror movies, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, so like, would you say you have a favorite though?
Favorite in terms of what?
I guess like scariest. Like, what? Okay, what was the first horror movie that genuinely scared you?
It just came out. Primate. It came out like a year ago or something. I don't know. It's
A
about
year ago?
I don't know. A couple
Didn't
months
we watch that
ago.
with Journey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
we did.
it was I don't know, a couple months ago or something. It's this chimpanzee who gets rabies and then he goes crazy and starts like killing his like family and stuff, and oh my god, it was honestly one of the goriest that I've seen. That's also like realistic.
Yeah.
It was like realistic gore, I feel like. So I don't know, it was scary. I low-key was like hiding under my blanket half the times. Like, I saw a man's neck get snapped.
That was crazy.
oh my gosh, yeah. And then like I saw a person's jaw get ripped off.
Mm.
TMI if anyone's like, oh my gosh, TMI if anyone experienced literally jaw ripped off, and I was like, oh my gosh, I almost threw up on my popcorn. It was so gross. I don't know. It had good like plot to it though, so it was interesting, but it was still really gory. I don't know.
That's like understandable. I think for me the first one that I was like genuinely okay. Well, when I was a kid, I was scared very easily. So like Coraline,
Really?
like the scariest to me, or even like the old DVD opening sign thing that was just really loud. Do you know the cinema opening signal thing? I don't know if you know, but it was just like okay, it scared me really bad. But it was just like when you would get a CD, like DVD, and you put it into like the little tray, whatever, it would, right before the movie started, it would have this really loud, like just opening sound, and just one thing on the screen, and that terrified me as a kid.
Really?
Just simply that terrified me as a kid,
Oh my
and I
gosh.
don't know why. But now that I'm older, now that I'm a teenager and I'm not terrified of Coraline, I think the scariest one to me recently has been one called Pearl. And it's,
yeah, I've heard of that before.
It's about just this girl who is raised by, I think she was like a Russian or a German woman, but they immigrated to America, and she, like, the mother was really rough on her. The father, he couldn't really take care of himself because he was just like I think he had a stroke or something. But it just follows her going insane, and like, well, not even going insane, she's been insane, but just she ends up like killing her family, and then her husband was out at war and he comes back at war, and it kind of ends off at a cliffhanger. But just watching her, I think to me it's the scariest because it's like, wow, that could really happen.
Yeah, I think that's one of the scariest aspects of horror movies, and another reason why I kind of don't watch them. It's just like some of them are like this can happen. Like some people can be like really scary. Like I remember one of the first horror movies I watched was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it's like Ed Gein, like that's scary, like because that actually did happen, you know. So it's just kind of like, whoa, there's proof that this had happened. So it's just kind of like scary to think like anyone around you could become a serial killer.
Yeah, I think that is the scariest part, because it's like you said, you've seen it, I've seen it.
So scary.
It was scary. It was really scary, but I don't think it was terrifying, because like obviously some freak alien clown isn't gonna like pop out of a sewer and like just steal me and play with my
like
dreams.
2017. Hello, you remember that clown crisis? Oh my gosh, no.
But
that was such an unfair time.
Realistically, like in Alien, that's
that's
not gonna happen to me. And like,
I hope not.
I mean, The Conjuring, it could happen, but the
likelihood
likelihood is like, it's not. But genuinely, someone can just go crazy, and they can take that out on me or my family or my friends, and that's the most terrifying thing to me.
Yeah, it scares me a lot too. I don't know. It's just that whole factor that's like, and like there's a snapping moment. Everyone has a snapping moment, and everyone's is different. So it could just be like, hey, I don't like your shirt. Oh wow, okay, I'm gonna like kill you. Crazy. Yeah, that's literally as like easy as it could be.
Yeah, like in Pearl, the woman, she like her intense snapping moment was she didn't get the job she wanted.
Really?
Yeah.
Never seen it, but like yeah. So you see, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like it's so crazy how easily like people can snap.
Yeah, and it very much like brings up like, is a movie scary or is it just gory? Because like you're saying, Primate was terrifying because it was really, really gory. Like the storyline was scary, but it was disgustingly gory.
I think another thing was just like you just saw things like it was different. Like it's not like someone was getting stabbed or someone's hand was cut off or something. Like someone's jaw got ripped off. Like you just saw like their tongue and like their organs and like he was ripping someone's hair out and like it was different. It was different like gore. I don't mind gore. I just think like sometimes it's just like wow, like it's always on humans. So then it's like wow, like this could happen. This could happen to me. So then I think that's what adds to that scare factor. But like I don't have a problem with gore.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people can be like, oh, I'm okay with the jump scare, but as soon as there's blood, like I'm queasy, like I can't do that. Which I also feel like is the reason why I but like I enjoy horror movies so much, because both the gore and like the jump scares, I feel like they don't get to me as much in that sense. Yeah. It's just like I just really enjoy seeing the psychology behind it, and I think it's just very interesting. I like have no other words, and it's just interesting to me to see the minds of these insane people.
Yeah, it's crazy to look at, just like how, and especially like the script writers and stuff, you know, like they're the ones that are coming up with these characters, so it's like, are you guys okay? Like, you're coming up with all these things, so it's like, what's going on up there, you know? It's kind of like, how are you thinking of this? Like, where did this inspo come from, honestly?
Yeah, and I, like, obviously that has always been like a side thought, but recently having to do a genre project on horror movies, like the more research I did, the more that the subject of like sexism in horror movies came up, and like the psychology of why these writers are like making these horror movies how they are, and how sort of in every horror movie you're seeing like these writers somehow weave in something that is very baseline, like weird,
Yeah.
sort of sexist.
And bringing up that point, like sexist, like yeah, like when you think about it, like deeper, like almost every victim in a horror movie is female.
Yeah.
Like I remember we watched The Terrifier. They were like, oh my gosh, that lady got sawed in half. Like it was crazy. And then like almost every other victim was a woman, and then there was only like one male victim.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of crazy to see like, and then even again in Primate, like literally almost every victim was a woman.
Yeah.
And you know, like, it's just kind of like, well, why are the women the only one that are allowed to die?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, men can die too. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like, why do we just have to die?
Yeah. And so often it's like in these horror movies, it's not even just that these women are dying to like weird, like I said, like alien causes. It's like unfortunately that just the predators who is hunting them is always like a male figure, which is just so interesting, and you never really truly notice it until you start looking for it, but it's always there in the back of the movie, in the back of the film.
Yeah, I think they try to hide it in like their storylines, which goes back to like how insane these writers are, because like they're able to hide these like sexist ideologies in like the background of the movie, and not like, well, like you're not gonna notice it because oh my gosh, like she's like trying to run for her life, you know. So you're not gonna notice it immediately that like the woman's getting chased by the man, but like if you think about it deeper, like why is every victim a woman?
Yeah. Like in Terrifier, and in Primates, and what are some other
even
ones?
like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like I
Texas,
saw that
yeah.
like they were all women, and then there were some men too, but like everyone was a woman, so it was just kind of like
And it's just like, why is that specifically like? Honest, death is just death. Why is it sort of being separated in movies between like women dying and men dying? Like it feels like an odd thing to become patriarchal about.
And it feels like there's almost like a inferiority complex, kind of like oh, like this woman like died of like because she was doing something dumb and then like wasn't like running fast enough or wasn't being smart enough or whatever, and then the men is like he died like trying to fight off the killer or whatever. So it's like, why are we dying? And first off, why are we dying? And then second off, like why are we dying in such like lowly ways?
Yeah.
Like are you implying that we're not able to fight off? Like I mean, if a woman and a man like in a fight, like obviously men have an advantage, but it's just like why are we still gonna like die in like a oh she didn't run fast enough or something stupid, like assuming that like we don't know, like we don't have like a good like fight or flight system.
Yeah. And in every horror movie, it feels like there's a dumb blonde trope.
Yeah.
Like women, yes, but also even in men within horror movies.
Yeah.
And it's always like the dumb blonde, or like the dumb blonde is like the jock if it's like a man, but the dumb blonde is just a dumb blonde if it's a woman. It's just like, is it necessary to bring that into a movie to like make the movie scary, or is it just something we've sort of been taught and continues to grow within our society?
I mean, I feel like it's been more normalized, like nowadays, just because like everything you see, it's always the women are inferior and then men are superior and stuff like that. But it just kind of, I think it brings up the question like, why do we just think that women are that gullible? Like, do we think that like women are just always stayed like inferior to men like our whole lives? Like obviously I know like back in like the 1950s, like oh, men did the work, men did all this, and then we had like the Great Revolution. I don't think that's what I would say. Anyway, we had like advancements or whatever. And so like women started, working and stuff. So then it's like we're not in the 1950s anymore where men are superior. So why are we still like have those ideologies like in our movies?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's just so odd to keep these notions of just like
inferiority, especially within film, which feels like something that should be so separated from, like, you're watching a clown sort of like dream terrorize these little kids. Why is it so separated? Why is it just, it feels like it should have no connection within like the patriarchal sexism, whatever is going on.
It honestly just feels like overused now at this point. Like, yeah, it's like what's popular, but like, are you gonna make something different? And I think in Primate a little bit, we kind of saw a little bit of a shift because most of the people that died were men, but like all the the main characters and stuff were all female, but most of like the guys died. So I think there was a shift. Like, it was a newer movie, so I think it was like a shift. So like you didn't see like the woman dying. Obviously the women were still being traumatized with this monkey, but like the men were the ones that like died.
Yeah.
So I think there is a shift in that, but I mean still it's like when are we gonna stop reusing the same freaking storyline?
Yeah. And I don't even think that within Primate it was like, oh, like women always die all the time, so now let's make the men die. It was just felt more equal. Like they had an equal chance of surviving, and like the characters were pretty much, they were generally the same, but obviously a character is gonna have their own separate personality, and so that drove the story. But it felt like whether they were a man or a woman, like their chance of survival was the same, and it wasn't based on their sex.
Yeah, the monkey didn't have a preference on who he was gonna kill, so it was just kind of like I see person's gonna die.
Yeah,
that was kind of I think the thought behind it, not like, oh my gosh, this is a woman.
Yeah.
We're gonna kill the woman.
Yeah. Also, watching the trailer for Primate it was such a switch from watching the trailer to watching the movie, because in the trailer I was like, oh, this is so dumb. Oh, like a movie about a monkey? Are you joking? And then the movie was so amazing. Like, it was just very interesting, very driven.
Yeah, it was a good movie. I really liked it. And I think it was just so different from what you normally see about like people killing other people, like a monkey, like. And I think I liked it more because it was less realistic. Because when am I gonna have a pet chimpanzee in a vacation house in Hawaii? I mean, what a goal! But like, I mean, not realistically gonna be there for a while, forever. So I mean, I feel like that made me feel a little bit more reassured.
Absolutely. Well, I think we're running out of time.
Tune in to our next episode, True Crime. No Borax, no good.
Let us know, what is your favorite horror movie and why?
Yes.
So,
bye.
Okay.
Wait, I think that was good.
Wait, shoot, are we gonna...
What?
Wait, okay. What if we just cut the, beginning, the intro, and we just use it again for yours? Because...
Yeah, but then we said...
No, I said no friends, no bars.
Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on.